Now that was embarrassing. Raptors lose 112-94 in an embarrassing blowout by the Boston Celtics. The Raptors game 1 against the Boston Celtics in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. It is the Eastern Conference semifinals, and this is the first time the Raptors are matched up with the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. And the Boston Celtics did exactly what they did in the first game in the bubble against the Raptors, where they just blew them out. They took care of business, hit their shots, made the Raptors just, overthink things. And in this game, the Raptors just missed open shot after open shot. And in that first quarter, the Raptors fouled like crazy, allowed the Celtics to build a lead. And the rest of the three quarters, the second, third, and fourth quarter, were pretty much even. The first quarter, the Raptors went down 16 points, and that was it. If you guys just look at the stat line, you can just tell that the Raptors were absolutely outplayed. They shot almost the exact number of shots, but the percentages were way different. You had the Celtics in the high 40 percentages and the Raptors in the mid 30s. And the three-point disparity, Raptors 10 of 40 from three, and the Celtics, on the other hand, were in the high 40s in three-point percentage. The Celtics were 44% from three, and the Raptors just... If it's not working, guys, stop shooting the three. You gotta drive harder, which they did in the second half. Kudos to them, because the Raptors shot almost 25 threes in that first half, and it looked like the Raptors were on pace to shoot almost 55 threes, and it didn't look good. But the Raptors keyed in and started attacking in the second half. But every time the Raptors had any momentum, Brad Stevens, quick timeout, drew an out-of-timeout play for either Kemba Walker pick and roll or Jason Tatum, or Marcus Smart off the dribble just drives in and creates. And they had an answer for everything tonight. And the corner three for the Boston Celtics was money today, as Wanamaker, Kemba, Marcus Smart were all knocking it down. The MVP of today's game was Marcus Smart. Without Gordon Hayward in this series, Marcus Smart stepped up big. He was huge on the offensive end, more than the defensive end, because Marcus Smart is known for his defense. He was drawing charges, he was active, drawing in fouls and getting some good steals. But his offense, not even close. It was much better. He was hitting threes, which he's not really good at. He hit 5 threes in this one. And then he was playmaking, and you know what? He was just everywhere tonight. 21 points from him, unexpected, and he showed out. He was their best player tonight. I know Tatum had a good game, and Kemba had a double-double, but he was just exceptional. And the Raptors had no answer, because the Tatum, Kemba, and Marcus Smart trio were just too dynamic. All those guys shot about 50% from the field, while the Raptors had Siakam, Van Vliet, Marcus Gasol, and Norman Powell shoot low percentages. Van Vliet was like 3 of 16, Siakam 5 of 16, Powell 4 of 12, and Marcus Gasol 3 of 7, but 0 for 3 from three-point line. And they're just completely disrespecting him at the three-point line. He's got to get that confidence up and start hitting the gym and practice some shots, because he's wide open out there. Wide open. No one even close. No one running out. I don't know what it is. He hit some free throws. I thought I'd get a rhythm. Got a couple of layups going into the pick and roll action, but they're abusing him on both ends, especially in the pick and roll coverage on the defensive end. His defense is atrocious, because he couldn't decide on what he wanted to do, whether he wanted to show on the pick and roll or wanted to slide back, and he's too slow to get back. So the Raptors gotta have that team defense. Your defense on a string. Everybody's got to communicate and make the right decisions there. It was tough to watch in that second half. But the main problems in this game, fouls. Raptors committed 11 fouls in the first quarter. Gave the Celtics easy bonus free throws, and they just milked it and got that 16-point lead. And then Siakam had 3 fouls in the first quarter. And the third foul, Nick Nurse challenged, where he went up to block, or not went up to contest. He didn't jump to contest Jaylen Brown, and they said that he didn't allow Jaylen Brown to come down 50-50, but even then, Jaylen Brown hits the shot and gets a 4-point play out of it, and then momentum's completely swung. Then Nick Nurse had no choice to play the Ibaka-Marcus Gasol combo, and defensively they're not the greatest, especially because Celtics go small ball all the time. You'd rather have Ibaka playing the 5, but with both of those guys, it was just a disaster guarding the pick and rolls and all that ball movement that they had. Raptors had some kind of production out of the zone defense, but they were just too good, and Brad Stevens just created a couple of good lineups and changes to destroy that zone. Had Tatum park up right in the front of that free throw line, and he can just shoot over most of the Raptor defenders there, because it's either Van Vliet or Lowry at the top of the key there, and he doesn't even see him when he jumps and launches that, because he's at 6'8", and with that length, it's too easy for him. The Raptors just got to do a better job in playing that man-to-man basketball. It was a good 3 quarters, but that first quarter was just atrocious. And they got to stop shooting the 3 ball. I know the Celtics like to force other teams to shoot the 3 ball, similar to how the Raptors like to allow other teams to shoot the 3. They did that to the Raptors, a great job, and Raptors missed open shots. Got to hand it to the Raptors. They have to make shots. If you don't make shots, you're not going to win games, and that's just how it is. Norman Powell, Van Vliet, Siakam, all those guys were open. Marcus Gasol open shots. Ibaka hits his first 2 threes, then falls in love with it. It goes 1 for 5 from 3 after that. Just gotta keep it consistent. Serge, I would like to see those threes go in, but attack inside, get them in foul trouble. And you know what? It's just the offense was the problem today. The defense was fine. It's the offense. The Raptors got to play with their feet and not with their hands, because that's where all the fouls came in. I'm surprised Nick Nurse didn't play Terrence Davis a little more in this game, because he had 7 points in a short amount of time. I think 13 minutes, and he seemed like the option to get that offense going, since Norman Powell, Van Vliet, and Siakam were struggling. It would have been great to see Terrence Davis play a little bit more minutes in this one. Maybe he'll look into that in the next game, because he looked good. He was attacking. He hit his threes. And I think this is the type of series where he can really shine. And I got to say, the Celtics, they just executed, and they made sure to double Van Vliet, made sure he had a second guy waiting for him every time he was driving hard to the lane, made his left-handed layups tough, and didn't send him to the free throw line. And then Siakam, they made sure whenever Siakam put the ball on the ground, the second defender is either coming from the blind side or he's already waiting for them to block his shot. And Siakam was, after a while, just got frustrated, picked up some bad fouls, and went on some transition plays. He started passing the basketball. He just tried powering through 2 offensive fouls on Pascal Siakam today. And just a rough game to watch from him. He just didn't have anything going, and was forcing up some tough shots near the end, and that pretty much gave out the Raptors hope of ever coming back in this one. Gotta hand it to the Celtics. They did a great job of just taking the Raptors out of their rhythm. The Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry pick and roll was neutralized. Van Vliet, Siakam neutralized. And they had their guys hitting open threes, and they made it rain. They killed it from the 3-point line today, 44%. Well, the Raptors shot 25%. And then they killed it from the field today. They're shooting 47% from the field. Raptors in the low mid 30s. And lucky the Celtics turned the ball over like crazy, but the Raptors just couldn't get anything going. There was that one sequence where Van Vliet got back-to-back steals, but I think he only ended up with 1 point after missing the free throw, as the Celtics made emphasis to get back on defense and limit the Raptors' transition offense. And that's where Siakam really does his damage. And the Raptors are number 1 in the NBA in transition scoring, and they neutralized Norman Powell on the run, Van Vliet, Siakam, and no easy baskets against this Boston Celtics team. One major key in this game that I noticed was the combination of the centers in Robert Williams and Daniel Tice. They pretty much equaled or surpassed the Marcus Gasol, Serge Ibaka combination, and that's just sad in a statement in its own. Like, Serge, I know you got the offense there, but You gotta smash them inside, pick up some fouls on these guys. Get that scream, get some blocks. I need some more energy out of you. And then Marc Gasol, you gotta shoot the ball with conviction. You gotta defend stronger. Use your hands. To stop those passes that they're throwing to their big men on the rolls. You got the 7 feet wingspan and that length. Just make it harder for the guards to pass over you. And just gotta be more energy, more determination by this Raptor team to attack and get back on defense. There were a couple plays where the Raptors just didn't get anybody back on defense, and it was just shameful to see that, because you expect so much better from this team, especially seeing all those games that the Raptors have played so far. It was just a huge letdown in this one. But other than that, it's a good thing that the Raptors, it's a short rebound to the next game. The Raptors played on Tuesday against the Boston Celtics for Game 2. Guys gotta attack, gotta play better. Lowry was your best player today. He was willing the Raptors to get back into this game. He made a huge run at the end of that that third quarter, but it wasn't enough as Celtics hit those 2 buzzer beaters. First, Kemba Walker's 3 at the end of the first half, that hurt, and then Tatum's fade away along the baseline, that killed as well, as the Raptors just couldn't get anything going. But we'll see in the next one. Maybe Nick Nurse makes some adjustments. Terrence Davis might get more minutes. Siakam might get more possessions in the post. We'll see what he does. Hopefully the Raptors bounce back stronger and gotta win that first quarter, because that's key for the Raptors going forwards. Until next time, guys. Peace.